So how's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about street legalizing your quadricycle in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, in any state really. Each state's requirements are just a little bit different with what they require auto cycles to have. But I'm just going to go from top to bottom here and tell you what your machine, your vehicle needs to have. First off, let's start with the rider. Got to have a DOT approved helmet. I know Pennsylvania's a no helmet needed state, but then you got to have some sort of a windshield. So wear a DOT approved helmet, and you have to have glasses on if it's an open faced helmet. Secondly, you need to have rear view mirrors. On this one I have two. You also need to have turn signal. Now you could use hand gestures in Pennsylvania, but who wants to take their hands off the bars? So you need to have a turn signal. You need to have a loud functioning horn. Let's see what else. You need DOT approved tires. That's a really big one, guys. Gotta have the DOT approved tires. Basically everything that a motorcycle would need, you need to have as well. You need to have a plate holder that's lit. That's another pretty important one. I'm still waiting for my plate to come from Montana Tags, but as soon as that comes, I'll be on the road. You can guarantee that. But also, it's good to have maybe a GoPro or some sort of video device with you so that you could document if you get pulled over. Also, with you, you need to have your license, your registration, right? And your proof of insurance. You should have all of them printed out, and you should have them on the quadricycle. So, for example, I throw mine in the back here so I can retrieve them when I am pulled over. It's not if you're pulled over, it's when you're pulled over. Because the thing of it is once the police officers in the area understand what's going on and what you're trying to do, they're going to let you alone. Once word gets out there to departments that you are street legal, you'll be fine. You're not allowed on interstate, like Interstate 80 or 81, and you're not allowed on Pennsylvania Turnpike. Any major big highways, supposedly Montana doesn't allow it, so if Montana doesn't allow it, you have to abide by that as well. So with all of these DOT approved items on your quadricycle now, you're going to have to go through a process through Montana Tags. And the cost, I believe, is right around $800 to street legalize your quadricycle. Now, pay attention and notice that I do not call this an ATV, because right now, this is not an ATV. If the VIN was run or if the registration was run, it does not come back as an ATV. It comes back as a street legal quadricycle. And because of reciprocity agreements between states, Pennsylvania has to honor this as street legal. If you look up Pennsylvania Vehicle Title 75, Section 1303A, and then there's a couple others, you will see that Pennsylvania honors road laws from Montana, because Montana allows these to be street legalized. And so the thing of it is this: if an officer pulls you over and he runs your plate, which he's supposed to do, or runs your VIN or any of that, if you are properly registered and you went through the proper process through Montana Tags, then you have nothing to worry about. As long as everything is street legal on your bike, like the tires, like the mirrors, like the horn, and so on and so forth, and as long as you're wearing the proper gear on your person, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Now, there are cases where officers pull these over and they'll write you for ATV on the roadway. Well, they're completely false if they do that, and they're not going by what it comes up as in their system, which is street legal. So in that case, you would have to go to court, and as Gary from Montana Tags has said, it's street legal side-by-sides on Facebook. You know, there's a very small percentage of court cases that are lost. So out of 50,000 or so members that's on the street legal side-by-side, very, very, very few, maybe 1 or 2% lose court cases. Then you just retrial. So that's that. But like I said, basically through reciprocity agreements between states, Pennsylvania has to honor this as street legal, as long as it is street legalized and you go through that proper process. So if you have any questions, just put them down in the comments below. If you have any concerns, reach out to me. If you're interested in doing this, reach out to me, and I can walk you through the process. Like I said, you have to have insurance. Registration's got to be valid. And you obviously have to have a driver's license. You do not need a motorcycle license. Pennsylvania does not yet have a class for this yet. So if you didn't go through the proper process, yeah, you'd be riding illegally on the road. But if you go through the right process, you could do it. Now, one very important thing that I forgot to mention is registering with your home state. Pennsylvania requires, after however many days, that if you have like a Montana, New York, New Jersey vehicle and you move to Pennsylvania, you have to register the vehicle with Pennsylvania, with your home state. Well, the way we get around that is by forming a non-profit generating LLC in the state of Montana. And what that does is that basically separates this vehicle from you as a person, and it makes this a vehicle that your company owns in Montana. And so, since it's now a company vehicle, and there's company vehicles all the time from other states that go through Pennsylvania, you no longer have to register it with Pennsylvania. You could keep it Montana registration and ride on PA roads legally. It's really ingenious. It absolutely is. So my company is Motorrad Rescue Squad, Montana. And so this vehicle right now, this quadricycle, is owned by my company. So there's that. Just waiting for my plate, and then we're good to go. We're good to rock and roll. So like I said, you're gonna get pulled over, but if you have all your documentation and you just explain to the officer how this was done, then you have absolutely nothing to worry about. So take care, guys.